Alright everybody, Bob here with CNC Molds and Stuff. I'm going to do the test shot on 3 of the new molds that I just came out with. These 3 are all big curly tail grubs. Just stirring up the plastic, making sure there's no chunks, because all I did for this test shot was remelt some bits and pieces that were here on the pouring bench. Suppose I should already have my gloves on. But let me first show this to you. This is what I call the Tru6 curly tail grub. Hopefully you can see that well enough on the camera. It's a pretty good sized grub. It's 6 inches from the edge of the runner to the edge of the tail, approximately. And it's a very thick body, so that means that there's a lot of plastic in there that's going to stay hot for a long time, and it'll take a while to cool. I've made the gate as big as I can, and if you notice, the runner is actually larger than the sprue, so that it'll hold a little bit more plastic above this to help fill in the bait as it cools. We're hoping that we don't get cooling dents on this. That maybe with the help of a sprue extender will allow us to get good quality injections without having to stand there for 10 minutes holding pressure on it. I'm going to test this with just 2 clamps, although if you, when you get this, it will come set up for multiple clamping screws on here, and it'll come with the screws and a little wrench, of course, just like all my molds do. And I'm going to go ahead and use a sprue extender just to maximize our chance, since this is the first time ever shooting this mold. And we're going to see what we get. Alright, here we go. Burping the injector. Fill it up full. And this injector holds slightly less than 6 ounces. So if you have a 6-ounce injector, yep, and you see it didn't take anywhere near the whole injector. I don't know if you can see that, I've got it zoomed in on the mold. But it didn't take anywhere near the whole injector to fill that. So we should be pretty good there. I don't feel it dropping down anymore, but let me top this off anyway. All the way to the top. And I'll try and keep an eye on that and keep that topped off, because there's a big mass of plastic down here shrinking. And we got enough plastic here. And I think my other injector is laying here somewhere. Well, we can clean that one out real quick. We're going to go ahead and shoot this one next. Oh, this is the Tru6 twin tail. The length is about the same, and the body is exactly the same, except it's laid out with a different set of tails for a large twin tail grub. And we need to test this one. Also, the very first time this mold has ever been injected. Clamping it up with just 2 clamps. Again, it comes set up with for multiple clamping screws. And of course, like the other one, it will come with the clamping screws and the little wrench to tighten them. Alright, nice and tight. That doesn't seem to be shrinking down too much more, but it is a little bit. Let's top that off. If you're going to sell these, you need to get a premium for your baits, because these take a lot of plastic and they take a while to cool down. You know, you're not, especially after the molds get hot, or listen to me stutter, especially after the molds get warm. Right now the molds are cold, so they're freezing off relatively quickly, but they're not going to do that for more than 1 or 2 shots. That sprue extender is a little sticky, a little large on the tip. Okay. We're ready to try and shoot this one. Completely full. Uh-oh, I might have an air bubble trapped in that one. Did you hear that little We'll hold this for a little bit. Although the plastic has been cooling this whole time, so it may not shrink as much. You know, obviously, with a big mold like this, shoot it as cold as you can and still get good fills for minimum cool down time and minimum shrinkage. Okay. I'm not even sure we'll have gotten a good fill on that one because that's froze off in the screw extender. We'll see. Alright, I think I might have enough plastic in there if a less than 6 ounce will fill it to try the Tru8. Let's get some clamps on this. And this is a pretty big mold. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of clamps on it and then take a couple clamps off this one for this one just to be safe. When you got a big mold like that, you've got a lot of pressure pushing out on the mold. Kind of works like hydraulics. You know, you may only be putting 50 psi on it, but that's 50 psi times the surface area or something like that. I don't know. I just know that big molds will flash if you don't clamp them up good. Alright. This one's probably frozen, but we're going to wait for the big reveal. Big reveal. Ha, sound like a reality TV show guy. We're going to wait for the big reveal. Alright. Probably should have cleared the bench off before I did this, huh, guys? And I hope that 6 ounces is enough to fill this. I might do the old pour and shoot trick. Hey, that screw extender fits in there just fine. Let's clean out the injector. I don't remember if I purged this injector of hot plastic or not, so I'm going to be careful here. Oh, looks like I did. Okay. Alright. Let's hope that this injector is capable of filling that mold. If not, it'll have to be tested separately. It's a lot of plastic going in here. Oh, it feels like it might be enough to fill it, just barely. If that's the case, guys, if you got your plastic temperature right, you may be able to fill this mold with your 6 ounce injectors. This one, I think I actually calculated its volume at like 5 1/4 or 5 3/4 or something like that some years back. I don't remember now. Alright, yeah, it seems to be full. Alright, let's move this 8-inch Tru8 grub out of the way. Now it's entirely possible, even if this looks like it'll demold, that the core of the body is still molten. So that's something we want to be aware of. And look at that. And lay the mold down when we open it. Oh, look at that. And it's cooled off. That is a beautiful grub. Let's take a close look. I see what might be a few little trapped air pockets along it. Maybe no, maybe not. I think that's just a different color glitter in the mix. Anyway, Tru6 curly tail grub. Let's cut that off the runner. Oh, let's top off this Tru8 over here. Yeah, it didn't take much. Probably didn't need it. Alright, we're going to cut this off and get a feel for just how big a grub that is. Okay. That would be its swim out length for those of you who want to know. And its swim out length is about almost 8.5 inches. So I'm sure somebody out there is going to take it and stretch it and call it a 10-inch grub. I hope not, but it's a pretty nice sized piece of plastic for those people who want a big bait. Now let's take a look at that twin tail. It should be ready to demold by now. Alright, let's see if we can get this to pop off nice and wonderful just like the other one. There we go, and our screw extender is clear for the next time we want to use it. Okay. The Tru6 twin tail shoots just as nice as the Tru6 does, so I think we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and cut that bait off the runner. Tru6 and the Tru6 twin tail. Again, they both have the same body, so you can use the same hook, rig, jig, or setup that you want to on this one that you can on this one. Also, I intend to release a line of jigs that are sized exactly for these Tru6, Tru8, and eventually Tru10 curly tail grubs. Now let's take a look at that 8-inch, or that Tru8. Well, the runner feels a little hollow, so that's not a good sign. We might have a hollow bait. Oh no! That's the thing about just shooting it first try and showing all your mistakes, is you could make a mistake. All right. Let's see what we get. And it filled nicely. Let me lay it in there all the way to the tip of the tail. The body still feels a little soft, so I might want to leave that cool a little longer before I took it out of the mold. But it doesn't feel molten, so it's your call, your bait, your call. Again, if you're going to sell these, you're going to want to charge a premium for your baits, because that's a lot of plastic, and it does take a while to cool before you can demold it safely. Tru6, Tru6 twin tail, Tru8.